Hello and welcome to Skully's Longbox, where today we're starting part 1 of the origin of the Justice League as told in Justice League number 1. It was a time when the world didn't call them its greatest superheroes. It was a time when the world didn't know what a superhero was. Our story starts with GCPD hunting Batman and trying to bring him to justice because they believe him to be a threat to public safety. As they get closer to him, they discover that he is chasing someone, but they don't know who or why. So they decide to bring them in as well after seeing that this person can leap more than 20 feet in a single bound. At this point, they believe that they have Batman dead to rights, but he won't give up, so they open fire on him. Batman skillfully evades the bullets and returns fire with a few smoke grenades and continues his pursuit without ever even skipping a beat, skillfully firing his grappling hook through the leg of whoever or whatever he has been chasing. He retracts the line quickly, closing the gap between the two of them until he takes the figure down with a forceful tackle. He begins to interrogate the figure about what he had been doing at the docks, only to be shocked at the fact that the person that he had been chasing was not even human. The monster erupts with energy, blowing Batman off of it. The monster takes the opportunity to launch an assault on Batman, but this is short-lived as a blinding green light surrounds them, and then out of nowhere, the monster is hit by a green fire truck. Batman hears a voice questioning him. He looks up to see Green Lantern floating down from the sky. Green Lantern is shocked and says, "You're real?" Batman just looks at him and tells him to turn the lights down before someone finds them. No sooner than these words are uttered, GCPD opens fire on the two of them. Green Lantern quickly erects a barrier to keep the two of them safe, and then expresses his disgust toward the cops and their shoot first, ask questions later policy. Batman just tells him, "Welcome to Gotham." He goes on to tell the Green Lantern that he has read about him, so he is aware that neither one of them are very well received by the police or the military. The difference between the two people becomes apparent as Batman lets Green Lantern know that he is glad that people are afraid of them because he feels that it is necessary. No sooner than the words had left Batman's mouth, Green Lantern is attacked from behind by the monster from before. But now he has grown wings. The monster charges up and unleashes a beam of energy from his mouth, destroying the police choppers. Green Lantern is quick to act, making bat constructs to save the people from the choppers. The monster quickly changes its shape and starts to make a run for it while the heroes are preoccupied with the rescue operation. Batman tells Green Lantern to go home, that Gotham was his. Green Lantern is quick to let him know that he is in charge of this entire space sector. He goes on to say that he is here because of an unauthorized extraterrestrial presence. Batman is not so sure of this, but it would explain the fire it spews from its mouth. Green Lantern just tells him, "Yeah, don't worry about the fires. I've got that under control too." Batman and Green Lantern follow the monster down into the sewers, with Green Lantern bragging about his ability to handle anything. Green Lantern then turns to Batman and says, "What are your powers anyway? You can't fly?" Batman responds, "No." Green Lantern asks, "Super strength?" Batman responds, "No." It's at this point Green Lantern stops and says, "You're not just some guy in a bat costume, are you?" Batman's silence says it all, and Green Lantern freaks out, yelling, "Are you freaking kidding me?" Batman smugly replies, while holding Green Lantern's ring in his hand, "What's this do?" As he analyzes the ring, he comes to the conclusion that because of the lack of buttons, it must work off the concentration of its wielder. Green Lantern questions how it was possible that he got his ring from him. Batman says, "You weren't concentrating." Green Lantern, embarrassed, quickly calls his ring back to him and tells Batman he could never do that again. Batman just tells him, "Not unless I want to." The two of them begin to fight, but Batman hears something and says, "Quiet." Green Lantern starts to question him, but Batman makes him hush and look. They see the monster planting what looks like a bomb on the wall. Two of them set their differences aside and try to figure out what it is doing. The box makes a ping sound and Green Lantern jumps into action thinking the monster has just activated a bomb. Batman yells to him, "Wait!" The monster cuts his eyes toward them and cries, "For Darkseid," then explodes. Thanks to Green Lantern's quick thinking, he was able to save the two of them from the fires in a vault made of pure willpower. They try to piece it all together and figure out why it would kill itself and try to take them with it. They notice the box is still on the wall, so they decide to try to get some answers by trying to figure out what it is and why it was so important to the monster. Green Lantern uses his ring to try to identify the box, but it tells him it is unable to identify it. They decide to take the box and go see the one alien that they know of, Superman. The plan worries Batman because he knows just how strong Superman is, but Green Lantern lets him know that Superman's power will be no match for him. Green Lantern then makes a jet to take him and Batman to Metropolis, where they can find Superman. Batman worries about if they had drawn any attention with their green glowing target. Green Lantern tells him not to worry about it. The ring has led them right to Superman. Batman tries to get Green Lantern to slow down because he has noticed there is a lot of damage in the area, and he worries that Superman may have been attacked like they were. Green Lantern decides to talk to Superman on his own and cages Batman outside the building. Green Lantern says, "I can handle this." No sooner than Green Lantern steps into the building, he gets hit out of it and through several cars. Superman steps forward and says, "I don't handle easy." He then looks at Batman and says, "So, what can you do?" That's it for chapter 1 of our story. Click the link at the end to go to the next chapter or to the previous one. As always, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.